friends, welcome to my channel and welcome if you are new. I am so excited that you decided to click on this video. You guys are amazing. I just want to thank everybody who's been watching me, and if you haven't been watching me and you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe so you can watch our journey as we continue on this homestead dream. So guys, today's video is going to be just a little bit more formal. I'm actually really excited to share this with you. We are going to be talking about the things that you need to know if you're going to be buying a new mobile home. We just signed on our brand new manufactured home on Thursday. So we were super excited to share that with you guys, but also to share with you guys some of the things that led us to this point, some of the things that we didn't think about and that we didn't know, and that maybe you won't think about and you might not know when you are purchasing a brand new manufactured home. So stay tuned. So the first thing that you're going to want to think about when you are buying a brand new mobile home is to consider your budget. There is a huge difference between high-end mobile homes and low-end mobile homes. There's not a judgment call on that, but there's just a really huge difference in the finish and the quality of the higher-end products versus the lower-end products. Well, you might want to keep your mobile home out like on a hunting property or something like that, where you might want to consider a lower end mobile home because you're not going to be in there all the time. You don't need it to be like really sturdy. Maybe it's in an area like West Texas where you just need to stay cool, versus, you know, having wind and snow damage, things like that. So you're going to want to consider that depending on your area and what your use for the mobile home is. If you are going to be buying your forever home the way we are, you're going to want to look at things that maybe cost a little bit more than some of the things that will catch your eye with price, because you want quality and you want finish, not just a cheap home. Brings me to a second point, which is actually quality. So there is a huge difference between builder to builder. One of the builders that we really liked the finish of the products was Clayton. Clayton Homes had really pretty baseboards and crown molding, really nice cabinetry, versus, let's say, when we went into Palm Harbor, some of the Palm Harbors did not have backs on the cabinets, or the trim was really thin little finishing board, and it was the same price for something that lacked some quality. So you want to consider in the builder the quality that they have. Now you're also going to see a jump in quality based off the price at most builders. So you'll see like their lower end stuff and you'll see their higher end stuff, but even the higher end stuff at Palm Harbor didn't seem as good as some of the standard finishes of the Clayton. So that's just going to be something you might want to consider when you're picking. Also, finish and materials. So what the house is made of, you need to ask. So you need to make sure that those are 2x6 exterior walls. You want really good insulation. You want to have metal roofing if you can, depending on your area and what you like. For us, we really prioritized a metal roof because they last so long out here. And we've actually had hail damage on a roof before, and it was such, my dog just hit the camera, but it was such a pain to have to fix, versus if we had a metal roof, it would have been just fine. Okay, so we talked about builders. What about dealerships? So there is a difference between going to the actual name brand location versus going to somebody who sells all of the products. A lot of the time when you go to the places that sell all the products, they're just a dealership. You go in there and you're seeing new and used mobile homes. Also, you're seeing high-end and low-end mobile homes. There's lots of options. Sometimes you can get great sales and great incentives there. To me, that is, if you're looking for budget-friendly, that might be the way to go. At the name brand location, so whatever, choose your builder. Whatever location they have, they're not going to have as good of sales. However, their homes will be slightly different. One of the things that we noticed was we were seeing the same model house everywhere. We saw it at all the different locations where they sold all of the houses, and then the name brand places. Now, when we went to the name brand places, their houses were built nicer. So it's like they might, and somebody could correct me if you know this, like the actual stats on this, but it seemed like the houses that were for the dealership, where it was their name brand product that they were selling, it seemed like they had a better version than the ones that they made and were able to send to the maybe the multiple housing locations. So I'm not 100% sure. I did try to talk to a salesperson about it, but I was a little unsure when we got done talking. And then when you're dealing with dealerships, it's also really important to know that they have a strategy. So they have a 3-home strategy when you go in to make you buy the house that they want you to buy. So you're gonna wanna, and the house may be the right house for you. I just wanna, say that up front. You might love the house that they send to you, but you wanna really be careful here, because this is a great sales tack that they use to make sure that they hit their numbers, right? They wanna sell a house every time. So if they show you a house and it seems perfect, you still wanna go shop around, because you don't wanna get stuck in that game, because it might not really be the perfect house for you. So what they'll do is they'll take you to a house that is perfect. Then they'll take you to a house that is like a little higher, but it's also perfect, but maybe it's like $20,000 more, to see if they can get you to spend that. Then they'll take you to a house that is just way above your budget and totally out of range. And what they're hoping for is that they will get you to buy that first house that they sent you to. Now, if they can get you to buy that second house and make 20 extra grand off of you, then that's great too. But that third house is they're just playing a game with you. So watch that when they go in there to sell to you. Another thing is they're not going to be completely upfront about the pricing, most likely. There are some locations that are better, and we have found that a lot of that really hard sales tactic, it doesn't work. Like, it just doesn't work on me. It makes me angry a little bit, to be honest. Like, I feel lied to, and I feel like you think that I'm dumb or something, which I know might be silly, but that's just how I am. But they want to make sure that you think that the house is whatever the price is that is on the sticker in the window. That is usually not the case. There are things that you can negotiate, okay? So you're gonna wanna make sure that you do negotiate, because you may not be seeing the AC as the cost of the house. And when you go in there, you're expecting to get an AC, right? You're also seeing an appliance package. Sometimes that's not added into the sticker price. A lot of times you're walking into a model that is got lots and lots of upgrades, so the sticker price is actually for the basic version of the same house that you're looking at. So you're going to want to make sure you're getting upfront pricing and being very serious and straight to the point with them, and that will help a lot. And then also you're going to want to make sure that they take you seriously. Go in there, don't waste their time. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna buy the biggest house you have here, and joke around. Tell them exactly what you're looking for, and tell them if they show you something else, you're walking. That's what I do. It really helps to kind of get things to the point, and then people want to actually start working with you. Negotiating is like the best. I know sometimes it can be uncomfortable to ask for what we want. That's okay. If you have somebody with you that is more assertive, that's always great. Take a friend, take a relative, somebody who will get you a good deal, because those house prices are flexible. Also, when dealing with the dealerships, we're going to want to be careful for the incentives. A lot of times they will sell you, oh, I'll give you a 65-inch TV if you buy this house today, but only if you buy it today. That is just a way to get you to jump the gun on something that might not be perfect for you. So don't let those incentives scare you. They'll give you other incentives even if you don't put down today. You could even go back in another week and say, well, last week you told me I could have a TV. And just leave it up to them. It's not gonna hurt, okay? It's definitely not gonna hurt. I wouldn't go in being rude, of course. Continue to be polite. These are people that you're trying to purchase something from. But they want to sell to you. It helps them. They want to sell to you. When dealing with the dealership, some of the things that you do want to do are make sure that you have a good warranty. We actually were going to purchase the same house at a different dealership for a 1-year warranty, and when we went to another one, we told them, hey, we got to have a better warranty than this. Can you match this deal? Can you do this deal? And because they want your business, they did actually do that, and so now we have a 7-year warranty versus a 1-year warranty. So make sure that you know, so that's the kind of incentive that you want to look for. A better warranty. Base pad and skirting. That was something that we got wrapped up into ours because for us, that's more important than having the washer and dryer thrown in. I can throw in a $400 used pair of washer and dryer off of Facebook Marketplace versus having to finance the appliance package for however long your loan is. But it actually helps you to get that skirting because the skirting is very, very expensive. The base pad is very, very expensive. So the fact that we were able to add that in as an incentive for us to do business with them, that was the better alternative. So make sure that those are the incentives that you're going for. The things that actually will matter and will cost you less money over the course of your loan. And lastly, I wrote down a few things that I feel like people will forget that you need to have when you purchase a new mobile home, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of read off this list. So you're gonna need to consider access to your property. On our piece of property, you're actually looking down the driveway behind me here. That is 700 feet, but it is like so narrow, okay? So it's a beautiful long driveway and it is covered in oak trees. So for us, some of the things that we're gonna have to do to get our house onto our property is cut tree limbs, which is really, really sad on giant 200-year-old oak trees. So we are actually going to be asking if we can have our neighbors possibly let them bring the manufactured home through their yard, which is, you know, totally fine. We have a great relationship with our neighbors, thankfully, and I'm thinking that that will do. But if it doesn't, that's okay. We'll continue on the path of cutting some limbs and we'll just get over it, but it is going to be hard. But you need to consider how they're going to get that giant house to your property. And if you have any kind of restrictions or anything like that, you're going to need to kind of work around that. Sometimes there's coding and permits and things like that that need to happen. That'll happen with the transport, so you'll need to get that set up. So don't forget to consider your access. Water. Okay, so if you have a undone piece of property, you're going to want to make sure that you have electric, septic, wells, plumbing. Are you going to do it or are you going to hire somebody? So for us, we have a well. So luckily that was put on our property several years ago and we are good to go on the water, but we do not have a septic. So we will be financing and putting the septic in when we get the house as well. So all of that had to be considered. So you have to have plumbing for your house. You have to have electric for your house. In fact, most loans won't even like sign off on it if you don't have that. So can't really go off grid if you're buying a new mobile home. So electric is another thing. There are certain things that you can do yourself and certain things that you can't do yourself. I feel like, you know, making sure that you have your electricity and your plumbing are things that if you don't have a good handle on it, you need to hire somebody for that. So just consider that. Base pads or runners. So sometimes if you're getting a high-end mobile home that maybe is a triple wide or a modular home even, you're gonna need concrete runners. Those can cost up to $15,000 depending on, you know, where you are and what it takes to have, like what kind of soil you have, all kinds of stuff. There's lots to consider, but the concrete runners are very expensive. If you're buying a big house, that has to be added into the price. Also, it takes a while for that to set. So make sure that you have all of that set up before your house gets there, obviously. And most of the times, the companies that you buy from will have that set up for you and it will just be added into your loan. For us, we are putting in a base pad. Our house is not going to be heavy enough to need runners, so it's going to cost less money, but it's still something that we have to get done, and it has to be nice and thick so that way when things settle, you don't have a lot of cracking and stuff like that going on. Stairs. So most of your mobile homes are not going to be on ground level. They're going to be up because they have blocks that they're set on. They come off a trailer and they just take the tires and leave. So you're going to want to make sure that you have stairs to get in all of your access points to your house. So we have 3 different doors on our house. So we have 3 different sets of stairs. Those were actually given to us as one of the incentives to do business with them as well. So that was great. It's not an added cost. AC and appliances. I know we talked about this, but that is something that I don't think that I recognized the first time I bought a home, was that I was going to need to buy appliances. I saw the appliances in the house and just assumed, right? But for us, we had to go and buy those appliances. Skirting. This is something that people, you know, you can or don't have to do. I feel like it's important because you want to be careful with the insulation and all of the tarping. There's lots of stuff that hold the bottom of your house together, and it would be terrible if an animal got in there, and that's happened to people. It wouldn't be hard to happen, but that skirting protects everything that's underneath your house. All your plumbing and wiring and insulation under the house are protected by the skirting. For us, we wanted to purchase metal skirting, so that way when we go and weed eat, we're not popping holes in the vinyl skirting. Vinyl skirting is going to be cheaper, but it also will cause you a lot of problems over time. So just consider that if you're going skirting, what kind you're gonna get and how you want it to be put on there. It's very, very important, and it is an additional cost. And then I added this in because it's something that I think was such a last minute thought for me, but consider how you're getting your internet. Internet has become something that is almost a, like, you know, you need water, you need food, you need internet. It's the access to information. I'm not saying that's how I feel about it, but it is something that is most of us are gonna want. And we're gonna make sure that we have, but don't forget that, because sometimes it can cost money to get your fiber put out and things like that. So that's something you'll wanna add into that cost of having your house and putting it together so you can go and straight live in your house. Okay friends, well that is my video. I hope you found some things helpful. I hope I tried to be pretty thorough. If you have any questions, comment them down below and I will do my very best to answer back to you. If you have questions about my personal experience buying the home, it went really well. But I can also give you more specifics in the comments below. If you would like me to make more videos like this, comment that down below as well, because I would love to make more videos about our house journey. I'm so excited and I can't wait to share as much as I can with you guys. So I hope that you have a great day, week, month. I will see you in the next one. Be blessed. Bye.